Hello, I'm Gordon Ritchie with Morgan, and this is 2 Minutes of Motion. The AKD is a versatile drive that can be connected to many other devices. It's easy to set up an AKD with an Allen Bradley compact logic controller if you follow these 3 steps.
Set up the communication, placing the drive, the controller, and your workstation all on the same domain so they can talk to each other. Import all of the AKD drive data types, function blocks, and sample programs into the RSLogix environment. Build your program by dragging and dropping AKD function blocks into your program. We begin with the PC and AKD in auto IP mode. After the AKD servo drive has been set up, tuned, and set to op mode 2 position mode, the next step is to ensure that the AKD and Allen Bradley PLC are in the same IP domain. While still in Workbench, click on Settings, Communication, TCP/IP. Then select Configuration and set IP mode to 1, Fixed IP Address. Set the drive IP address to 192.168.1.1. Subnet mask is set to 255.255.255.0. Then click Apply. The drive and PC will disconnect from each other. The PLC's IP address will need to be set to the same domain as the drive. This will be set to 192.168.1.xxx, the required address. See the Allen Bradley installation manual for more details. Now we set our computer to a fixed IP address as well. In the local area connection, click on Properties, then scroll down to TCP/IP version 4 and click on Properties again. Set the following IP address to 192.168.1.200. Subnet mask 255.255.255.0. Then click OK. We then return to the Workbench software and connect to the AKD using the fixed IP address. At this point, check the RS link to make sure that you can see the drive and the PLC. We set up the Allen Bradley PLC using the RSLogix. We set up a new controller with type 1769L32E, revision 19 in this case, and name the PLC. Next, we set up a new Ethernet module. We do a search on generic to find a generic module, then click OK. Each module will have a unique name. In this case, it is named AKD_1. The communication format is set to data SINT for short integer. The input and output are set to 64-bit, and the IP address for the Ethernet module is set to 192.168.1.1. The request packet interval is set to 40 milliseconds. The Allen Bradley compact logic IP address is set to 192.168.1.20. At this point, we can import data types from our list. First, bring in an AKD axis, then a motion task. We can then import all 4 add-on instructions: AKD disable, AKD drive, AKD enable, and AKD stop smoothing. Each will have a unique name, and only one block can be used at a time for each axis. Once all of these have been imported, we can begin creating our program. An easy way to import all of the blocks at once is to grab the example template from the Morgan Developer Network. It will bring in all the data types at once, as well as a sample ladder program, which helps illustrate how the blocks can be added to the ladder to create a simple motion. In the task, main program, main, we can begin creating our ladder logic. We bring in our AKD drive and set the parameter to AKD_1. We then add a rung and set up an AKD disable and add the contacts that will energize this module. We repeat this step for AKD Enable. Once this has been completed, the project can be downloaded to the PLC. At this point, the AKD can be enabled and disabled from the Allen-Bradley Compact Logic. On our website, we have instruction manuals for setting up the AKD with many different communications protocol, as well as the RSLogix PLC.
Once the AKD has been set up, we can import predefined parameters into the Allen-Bradley PLC for a quick startup. Be sure to visit our website for additional information and sample programs. I'm Gordon Ritchie for 2 Minutes of Motion. Join me in our next segment.